in my opinion, what mouse sports, for example, is doing great with siuhy. There's a problem if coach is too big of a voice on the team, because during the game he can only take like 2 or 3 pauses, and that's the only time where he can actually talk, right?
How should this approach start in a team between those two? Like, what are good things to be done to not jeopardize the relationship, and bad things that can jeopardize the coach and IGL relation?
That's great, honestly, great question, because it differs, I believe, from team to team and even culture to culture. I know teams that where IGL and coach are constantly like clashing, you know, in terms of how Counter-Strike should be played. And it's a great way because like if you do it on the server during, let's say, practice or theory, you grow because you challenge each other and you constructively come to a conclusion how you want to play. But also, it's not that great to clash such a huge personalities of IGL and coach in front of the rest of the team. So what I know some teams are doing, and we tried to do it briefly in the past as well, coach and IGL, each week they would have like a 1 hour session or 2 hour session to talk about the game on maps that we are struggling, and they come to a conclusion there, and that is a private meeting, only 2 of them. They can like argue however they want, but they need to come to a conclusion in the end. In my opinion, what mouse sports, for example, is doing great with siuhy. Okay, he is young and not that experienced, but at the same time the coach is huge voice, and he is experienced one and the old one as well. Kicks and already kind of accomplished something that other players in that team didn't, and that is to get to like semi-final of the major. And also there's another huge person behind him in So and the Finnish coach, and I believe these guys, both of them, have like such a huge coaching and player experience that it kind of helps them.
About the coach IGL relation, for example, Kixon or siuhy are working with their coach. From my personal experience, I think that when the coach has a lot of voice and the IGL doesn't, the IGL is playing, right? He's inside the server. I think that can be a problem.
It definitely can. There's a problem if coach is too big of a voice on the team, because during the game he can only take like 2 or 3 pauses, and that's the only time where he can actually talk, right? So your IGL needs to be like an extension of the coach that actually thinks like a coach, and he puts it into the game, okay? There are definitely scenarios where coach takes a timeout and kind of directs the whole team how they should play, but IGL should be already on the same page with the coach. And I know that strong voices might happen, but overall, I think you can improve this only by having those talks that I mentioned. I said once a week or twice a week is enough. But honestly, if you're not on the same page, do it 3 times a week, do it 4 times a week. It can take like 30 minutes. You don't even need to be on the server. You can be on a phone call or a Discord call like this one. You can be watching like a game and suddenly you start talking. It already creates like a nice bond between 2 probably most influential people on the team, and that is the coach and IG.
Okay, awesome.